Good morning. This is Top Performers for Real Estate Agents, and in particular, some wonderful Ultimate Real Estate Agents that we have with us this morning. And we're in now our third session together. And last, just reviewing a little about where we have been, is that we talked the first week about being intentional, to be deliberate, and to think about what you want. We are so used to thinking about the things that we don't want, of things that trouble us, of the one bad thing that happened yesterday. It occupies our mind, and it is your mind that creates everything. Your thoughts literally create everything. And you're tied with your source, and it's your responsibility to think about what you want. And that's in the Bible. It says, ask and you shall receive. And so you start this co-creative process by you asking, and your asking is your thinking. And so the most effective way that will help you in order to create what you want is using your Joy Shop. And that starts you off in the morning with positive momentum, getting that momentum going, and realizing that you're going to just have a wonderful day. You want to pre-pave in that, you read the Joy Shop, makes you feel good, and that raises your vibration to the point of you're aligned with your source. And as you feel good, that then you start writing down, and you write down what you desire. And again, these can be past desires that you have written down before, or new desires that you'll birth. You're going to get clear and have more and more clarity about what you want. That you'll also be given and be guided, as long as you allow it, be guided to the signals, to the people, to the circumstances, the events, to the next good feeling thought that is going to give you clarity, and it's going to put you right on your path. And you're now, all of you are on your path, your lighted path of what you desire, as you've been doing this Joy Shop. And then in the Joy Shop, you also want to talk about and write down, besides your desires, on what you appreciate. And so just think yesterday, and each one of you, just think right down to yourself, what really happened good yesterday for you? And so that I know prior to the call, that I was talking to Michelle and Christy, and they have 4 contracts that they had signed, and I think it was within the last 24 hours, at least within the last week. But see, the more that you think about what happens good to you, if you're thinking about those good things, and as you say, for example, oh, I just love having that contract signed yesterday, it automatically tells the universe, you want more of it. And then you want to pre-pave, and you want to write down how this day will be. And so you want to drive down to the simplest little things. Life, it comes from, if you want to understand the whole universe, just understand the simple things in your life, like how you can manage and guide your feelings through your thoughts, and how you have the power to feel good under any circumstances, out of anybody, whatever anybody else is doing there. You have the power to feel good. And so you have this amazing power. And so it's down to these simple things, as far as like just wanting to drive safely and smoothly and flowing with the traffic, that to ask for that today. And for you to say, like, today, I know that this Top Performers class is going to enlighten me. And I'm here to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, that this day I'm going to share with you how life works. You are going to hear the 5 steps, the 5 easy steps on how life works, and you don't even have to do all the steps. Like, it's just going to be magical, and you're going to start seeing your power, and you're going to start understanding on the 2 main steps that if you focus on, as you will now, that you'll see, you'll be able to create whatever you want. I have helped people become millionaires, build billion-dollar businesses that literally, and that you are in a position to do that too. The only thing that prevents us from being anything and doing anything and having everything, because we know that all things are possible with God. So the only thing is that stops me is my beliefs, the beliefs that do not serve me. So this today we're going to be talking about beliefs, and I want you to think about, and your one of your success assignments this week will be, what beliefs do I have that no longer serve me? And so just think to yourself right now, what are some beliefs that I have that no longer serve me? That, is it because you think you're a certain sex? Is it because you think there's that because you believe you're not good with names, or you don't, that you're afraid of something, and so you believe in your fear then, and your fears, that you'll find that, and I'm going to show you today on how you can change all your beliefs to the way that you want it. That we sometimes give away our power and we say, well, that's in my subconscious mind, or that's how I've always been, and none of that matters anymore. You can top anything. You can overcome anything in this present moment with your current thoughts. Whatever you're currently thinking about will grow in your life, and the things you aren't thinking about, like the false beliefs about your fear, false evidence appearing real, that about any false beliefs about who you are, about what you can become, about what you can do, about what you can have, that all those limiting beliefs, because you are limitless, and that you can do all things. And so those beliefs will start going away as you don't focus on them anymore. So you don't need to sit on a couch with me for 2 hours for the next 3 years to get you fixed, if you will. You're already fixed. You're already worthy. So this is some good news, and today is some good news, and it's going to capture back your power. And the power that you have to create. You came here to create, and you came here to have joy. This is a playground, a beautiful contrast of things you don't want that births ideas that you do want. And so just sit back and realize that, wow, this is the day that's going to help me to understand, to overcome the beliefs that no longer serve me. And then I want you to start looking at what beliefs do serve you. And like you are confident and you are sure and you know you can do it. And again, I love using the examples of Christy and Michelle because they've been engaged a lot with me and have asked to have, different phone calls together. And so I know a lot about what's going on in their businesses, and they're engaged, and they just love it, and because of that they've decided to become partners now, and they have going on right now, their goal is $30 million to do this year. And you may say, well, that's really out of this world, I can't do this. Oh yes, you can. They started exactly like you started, and the kicker is that you might think $30 million goal is too high or not reachable, but they already have $11 million of business that is either on the books or, that they're going to be closing with. And so they're up to 15 million now. I love that. Thank you, Michelle. And so think about that, on just how awesome that is, that see, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another person sharpens another, okay? And so how do we do that? Well, just to be inspired by Michelle and Christy, to say, oh my gosh, that they can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And you can do it. And you don't necessarily need a partner in that, or you can attract a partner to help you. You can attract anything that you want in your life, and it's all a matter of your beliefs. So it is done unto you as you believe. And so this is a true statement. And you're going to see that another true statement is, we've been told, ask and you shall receive. And now I'm going to give you what's in between that ask and receiving in order to receive all the things. How to better ask and then how to better receive. So this is going to be a whopping day and you're going to absolutely love it. And now I got to get my computer going again. Oh no, here we go again. Okay, there we go. Our agenda. So, first of all, we're going to look at what is a belief. That what are the things that I believe? Where did they come from? And then we'll look at that. Where did most of our beliefs come from? And then where are true beliefs found? In fact, virtually all of the things that you believe aren't your beliefs. You've been told them. They've been other people's beliefs, and that you've accepted them as your own. And so we're going to free you in order to recognize on where you can find all of your beliefs and to really understand your source and your inner being and God, and understand how all of this, how this life works. So this is more about you just selling more real estate and making more money, because you're going to do that, but you're going to also be free. Today is going to give you an understanding of freedom on how you can change your beliefs and then have it done unto you as you please. So we're going to look at how life works, and then we're going to go back to the magic bullet, if you will, on ideal referral partnerships. And so I was speaking again before we started, and Michelle indicated that, oh yeah, one of their ideal referral partners is a loan officer that gives them pre-qualified leads. And so if you like pre-qualified leads, like those are about the best that you can get, that you can have those too. How do you attract those? How do you get them? Is that you go into your Joy Shop and you think about it, and you think and you ask for that. Ask and you shall receive. So let's take a look at what a belief is. And I would suggest when certain things are going to hit you today that you write them down, that they're going to be so meaningful to you that they're going to hit your soul, they're going to hit your heart, they're going to hit your mind, they're going to hit your body, that you're going to have God bumps recognizing on, oh my gosh, I'm starting to understand how kind of all this was, and that I almost was trapped, if you will, in these understandings of beliefs that I was told by other people, and it's not true at all, and so now I'm going to find the truth. So beliefs are simply this. They are thoughts that you have had often enough until you turn them into thinking they are the truth. And so that's all a belief is, that you think about a certain subject long enough that you will then accept it. And that's why, for example, I ask you to listen to the Success Unit at least 6 times. Reason why that is people don't usually accept new ideas until the 6th time. This today, what I'm sharing with you, I'm telling you, this rocks the universe, and they love, everyone loves me sharing this, because this is how it works, and this is going to empower you, and it's no accident on why you're here and listening to this. But this talk that I'll have on MP3 too, that you might want to listen to this 6 times too, in order to really embrace this, because this is different, radically different than the way that you have thought, than the way that you thought, believed that life worked. So most of our beliefs are not our own, yet it is done to you as you believe. So in essence, you're living other people's beliefs. It has been done unto us as we have not wanted. It has been done unto us as others have wanted. And so hopefully you can relate to this and understand oh, well, so, it's done unto me as I believe, since my beliefs were mainly given to me by other people, that it's their beliefs that then I accept it. So again, I want you to just be real easy on yourself with this too, and just say, I'm going to just allow this to come in, and I'm going to listen to these ideas, and I'm going to be in a state of allowing. You don't, and one of the things you want to ask for is to release your resistance. And so resistant thoughts, anything that you fight against, anything that that is troubling you, that all of those type of thoughts and thinking is opposed, is doesn't make you feel good, and is opposed to the way that God feels, that your source feels about it. And that's why you want to be very particular and sensitive to how that you feel. So it's this order of, oh yeah, all of these beliefs, if it's done unto me as I believe, and the beliefs came from other people, so it has been done unto me as I have not wanted, but as other people have wanted. So what are beliefs? Where do they come from? And so it's kind of upside down, all kinds of things that come out of it. But one of the places is our parents. That our parents, they all mean well. Everybody means well, and everybody is doing the best job that they can. But just know that they have certain beliefs. I remember my grandmother. She would when she would take a bath, that before she would take a bath, she'd go in and she'd, in the summer, because we lived up in Wisconsin, and she'd turn on the water, just the cold water, because she didn't want to use the hot water, and then she'd let that bath water warm, because it was a warm day and she had the window open, by the bath and everything, and then she'd take her bath that way. And that was just like, that's how you do it, and you have to save a lot, and you have to conserve. And again, none of those ideas are too bad, but if you save too much, you don't have any fun, and if you are too conservative, you don't have any fun. And again, we're supposed to be here for fun. So it's just examples. I'll give you another fun little example that this little girl came up to her mother, and she said, "Mom, I just don't understand why you cut off the ends of the pork loin." And so the mom's making a pork loin and puts it in a pan and puts it in the oven. And she said, "Why do you cut off the ends?" And her mom goes, "Geez, I don't know why. Let me ask my grandmother, my mother." And so your grandmother. So she goes to her grandmother and she says, "Hey, Mom, why did you taught me how to cut off the ends, to always cut off the ends of the pork roast, and why do you do that?" And gosh, the little girl's grandma says, "I have no idea. I was taught that by my mom." So which is the little girl's great-grandmother. Well, her little girl's great-grandmother is still living, 91 years old. And so they go to her and they say, "Why did you always chop off the ends of the pork roast before you put it, in the oven?" And at 91, that the great-grandmother says, "Well, I did that because we only had one pan, and so the pork roast was too big, and so we had to cut off each end in order to make it fit in the pan." And so for years and generations, and in fact, some of the habits and the behaviors and the things that if we could go back to your grandparents, that you would see them doing the same type of things. And so just think how amazing this is, that we're not even aware of things. We just naturally do things because this is how it's always been done. And today is for you to start waking up to, wow, what are my beliefs? And then what I want is I want to be happy. That is ultimately what you want to do, is you want to feel good. And so we're going to start from there and start recognizing what you do want. And then you don't have to be concerned about what those old beliefs were, because you're not going to be doing it anymore. You're going to be doing the things that it's going to be done unto you as you believe, and your belief from from the truth that lies within you. So we get ours from our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors, and I'm sure you can all relate to that. And just think about some things that you were told as a little girl or a little boy, and that you no longer, that's just not applicable. And so other areas, your teachers. And so your teachers, at one point there, 100 years ago or whatever, that they were saying that the earth was flat, because what they could see is that it appeared to be flat. And then they found out, that it was round. And
And so there's all kinds of different things, beliefs that people had that just weren't true at all. And so our news that you're going to be given and swayed into believing somebody's a real bad person, I'm sharing with you that everybody is made from the image and likeness of Source. And so if that's okay, to include you, and I'm also sharing with you that you can attract people into your life that are really bad or really good. If you woke up ornery, then guess who kind of people you're going to meet today? You're going to meet the ornery people. And I always love this concept about this is how powerful you are, is you create the island when you wake up in the morning, and now you're waking up good because at night you say, I'm going to wake up with positive mojo going. I'm going to feel good as I wake up. And again, I would start writing down these things that they literally, they're going to change your life as you start seeing them. The miraculous, powerful creator that you are, you can create your life the way you want to. And so, and again, this doesn't have to be, the real big goals. It's about just the everyday goals, the everyday living, the enjoyment of living every day, the satisfaction of knowing that all is well, that only well-being flows to you. And so, there's all kinds of different things in the news that can come to you, and it's just not real. And so you create these islands. And so if you wake up on the grumpy, ornery, it's kind of like the seven dwarfs, okay? Think about them, and grumpy and happy. Which one are you going to wake up on? Well, if you declare it that night as you go to sleep that I'm going to wake up on the happy island, then you'll wake up, and as you move through your day, you're going to just start seeing you're with happy people. Whether they've been happy before or not doesn't matter, because you're happy. You're going to attract into, even with people, so let's say you, and none of you are fortunate, don't have to go to work every day with a job, just over broke, and so you get this magnificent business where, see, you're already so free, you guys don't even realize it, because you have this magnificent business where you can call the shots. You don't have to have a boss that doesn't, so you should just be so inspired, so happy for right where you are, and especially being a real estate agent, because you have the power now and to be able to create what you want. So you create these islands. And so even if now most people, audio out. Let's see. Now I can hear you. Okay, now you can hear me. Okay, good. And that sometimes that's just the computer, the line, on my end or your end, whatever. But think how amazing this is that, so back to this, if you would have a job and work with the same people every day, that even if those people were grumpy and ornery, that if you aren't, they won't be either. So it's incredible. You create your own experience. And so you can go through life and just start having this wonderful, what kind of island am I going to land on today? Well, I'm going to determine it from now on. I'm not going to get it by default by not doing my joy shot, by not stating what I want and how I want my day to be and how I want my life to be and the things that I appreciate, because then the universe just gives me more of it. So I'm not going to be that way anymore. I'm not going to live in that red zone where I'm not intentional and deliberate about what I want. And so this is just such a rockin' life and so much fun and so exciting. And you're starting to see it. You're starting to feel it. And as you start feeling that, oh, yeah, I'm going to wake up on the happy island. And so, again, maybe look at different dwarfs, and I forgot all the names of it, but actually you could have thousands of names for different, ways you have been and other people have been. And now just start thinking about, hey, I want to go on the happy island, the uplifting island, the encouraging island, the joyous island, the abundant island, the prosperous island, the island with lots of ideal referral partners, and an island with lots of ideal clients, and an island with lots of easy closings, and with large commission checks. And so, you just start calling it the way you want. And as you're just easy with yourself and just continue to think about the things that you desire, that these outside influences no longer will even affect you. In fact, with the news one, I would suggest that you stop watching the news. Really, you'll see you don't need it. It doesn't matter. Like the stock market. Do you know for the last 90 years, the stock market has continuously gone up? There's only well-being. But people look at it every day and they go, oh my gosh, like 5 years ago, people were saying, oh, the stock market is terrible. Do you know the stock market's been going up for the last 5 years? And of course, in the last year, it's gone up magnificently. But in the last week, it's gone down by, I don't know, like 500 points or whatever. Percentage-wise, it's very little. And if you look at it from a year ago, it's still higher than what it was. But people are talking about it and everything. Just forget about it. And the only reason why I even know any about that stuff is my wife Sharon is a financial advisor, and so she's kind of talking about it, whatever, and that's how I get it. But I always laugh, and when I hear about that, oh, the stock market went down 300 points. Who cares? It's going up. Everything is getting better, and know for sure that in your life, everything is now getting better and better. It's getting better and better for you. So other areas, your committee. And so remember we talked about the committee. This is that little voice in your head that's saying, oh, I fear this and I worry about this and I have shame about this and guilt about the past about this and I should have done this and I feel I'm going to complain a little, and I'm going to blame other people for it. And you create your own experience. I'm telling you, nobody did anything to you. It all came from you. And so you just leave all that alone. You just don't think about it anymore. And you have the power to do that. So when you have a fear coming like, well, I wonder where I'm going to get the business, say, you know what? I'm done thinking that way. Adios, committee. See you later. Love you. Give him a kiss and never see him again. And so you just be fun. You don't have to be mad at anybody, angry at any committee. Thank you very much. You got me to where I am. And now I want to go even further places. And I want to have all this abundance. I want to have all the things that I ask for, that I know if I ask I can receive. But something's been in the way. What has been in the way from me receiving it? I've been promised by God that if I ask, I shall receive. What's in the way? And you're starting to find out what's been in the way. And you're starting to understand on how it doesn't have to be in your way anymore. And so these things around here in your committee, one of the big major ones, that I don't have to hear that little voice anymore. In fact, I'm going to hear the big voice of me, because that's who I am, this powerful creator, and that's how I'm going to have it from here on out. So other areas is our church. We get beliefs. Not saying that they're wrong or anything else, just sharing with you that you have been taught, brought up in, Sunday school teachers, whatever, with certain beliefs. And so let me give you one belief that has happened in the church that hasn't been to your interest. And that is the root of all evil is money. Okay. When I was an ordained minister in seminary school, and while I was in there, that this was in, I think, year 3, that they were talking to us about how when we were doing tithing on stories, we should, and so that's where you give your 10% and you make a commitment for the whole year. And that's a real good idea, and that works if you believe it. And so you'll see if you give 10%, I give 10% away to worthy causes. I give 10% of my talents, of my abilities to the world, and really more to the world. And so I just love that, and I know it comes back to me, but it's done unto you as you believe. So anyways, I was told this story about that the Bible, in the story of the Bible, that there was a town in Christ's time. There was a town, and to get to that town, that there were 2 cliffs. And so you've heard the phrase in the Bible that for a rich man to get to heaven is like the odds of a rich man to get to heaven is like for a camel to get through the eye of a needle. And so they taught us that we should share that story, okay? Because then they say, well, if I'm a rich man, that, I don't want to be rich, and I'll give all my money away to the church, and that way the church will get more money. And so then they went on, though, to tell us the truth about what that story was. And so there was this Pyra, the city of Pyra, and to get to Pyra in Christ's time, that there were two cliffs that came down, and they came down to the ground in a very narrow opening. And so for you to get to Pyra, that you had to be this straight and narrow, and what you did, you got off your camel, and you walked your camel single file through this opening that they called the eye of the needle. So really what that story is, that, hey, what the Bible was expressing, but what has been misconstrued now to where we think that, wow, rich man, the odds of a rich man getting to heaven are like the odds of a camel getting through the eye of a needle. The eye of the needle is actually this cliff part. And then when we realize, to be a rich man, that, we want to be very careful because you have more variety and you have more opportunities. And so you want to make sure you're focused on what you really desire, and not some worldly interest or whatever that maybe will not be for your good. So again, and there's no good, no bad. Our churches are fine, wonderful. They do great things. But know that you have been given beliefs, and these are the areas that you have been given beliefs from that sometimes aren't accurate. And so thus, you want to start discovering what is accurate for you. And so school is another place that, depending on when you went to school, at one age, you were told certain things that, I shared with you in week one, that quantum physics, physicists, that molecular biologists, that neutron scientists, they've all discovered now that, wow, what creates is this thought creates energy, and that energy turns into matter. M-A-T-T-E-R, okay, turns into things. And so, but that was only discovered in the last 5 years. For most of us, we never learned that in college or whatever, that, in science, we didn't learn that. We didn't know that. And so things continue to progress, and our understanding of how life works, and I'm sharing with you that you don't need to go to any more schools. You don't need to have any more education, anything. You can tap into infinite intelligence, and you can have it all, everything that you want. You don't need anything more than for you to focus on what you desire and to feel good, and that'll line you up with your source, and then all that is will attract all the things that you want to make all of your dreams come true. What great news that is, huh? And another area is friends. And so you talk to friends. I would not share this teaching with too many of your friends, because people don't understand this, that they say, oh, that's just, way far out there, or whatever, they're going to say. And what they're going to do is they can start creeping in doubt into you. And then your doubt, remember, doubt is the opposite of faith. And then you'll be right. Whatever you think, whatever you believe, you're right. It's going to happen to you. And so if you believe, oh, this doesn't work, then that's right. It won't work. So you want to be careful on who you share this with, because if you're not on this and have gone through the different weeks on this, that to just come up to somebody and say, hey, I'm my own creator and I can create whatever I want, they're going to talk to you and say, listen, you maybe need to go to a psycho ward or whatever. And then I'm telling you, it's the happiest life that you could ever expect. And that you'll say, well, you don't have everything yet. Well, of course not. You'll never have everything yet. That's not what life is about. You birth these desires to expand all that is, and God, your source, just loves that. You are so critical, so important to the universe to have it be all that it is, to continue to grow grow. And so you're all part of that. So you're never going to have all of your desires. I have desires that come true every day, yet I have all kinds, an infinite number of desires that I don't have. And I can tell you, like, for example, I always say, and I love money, okay? Money equals freedom to me. That money equals more variety, and I'd write that down and just get that clear, because most of us have a distorted attitude. In fact, I just wrote another book called M Squared, More Money, and it talks about, and I have a whole new process, in fact, and that talks about on how our distorted belief on money. We think money doesn't grow on trees. I lived in Florida, was retired in Florida, writing my first book, and years ago, and there's billions of dollars of orange trees and grapefruit trees, and the filthy rich, they aren't filthy, they're great. They added some value somehow in order to be paid that money, and you can have as much money as you want. You're not taking away from anybody. Most people think, oh, but if I get all that money, there won't be enough. No, there's plenty of money. Whatever you ask for, the universe makes more of it. So that's why there's more money than there's ever been. That's why there's more happiness. There's more of everything. And you want to make sure you're on the side on everything you want. And you can get on that side simply by stating the things on what I want. So pretty fun, huh? This is getting to be good. Understanding on just how powerful you are, and then family. That it's sometimes just best not to discuss that with them. That I say, I was sharing with you on money, and one of the things is on money is that I always say is that I have all the money. Again, you may want to write this down. I have all the money for my comfort, joy, and desires. And just know that you do. And that I expect money to come in all different places. And so yesterday, out of the blue, I got a check for like $1,145, literally out of the blue. Never expected, never thought. In fact, I thought I'd be given a bill, and instead I was paid money. And I wrote that in today's journal. Oh, I just love that. I appreciate that so much. I just love money coming from all different sources. And you'll see if you start saying, yeah, that's what I want to do, is I want to start creating money and having more money, that you can do it. And one of the ways to do it is appreciate. Find a penny, pick up a penny and say, I love that I had a penny. That it played the lottery. If you believe you're not going to win the lottery, don't go spend a penny. If you're thinking about the odds, that I'm helping you to understand that you are rising above all odds. Life is not about odds. Life is, all odds are percentages of however many, there's this many people that win the lottery or whatever, and out of this many people, all that is previous thought that created the outcome. They manifested something. And so all that's previous thought. You're above current thought. And so you just think, I'm above all averages. I don't care what's going on in the economy. I don't care about what's going on with other realtors. I don't care about what's going on in the industry. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is what I want. And as I focus on what I desire, that I'm going to start getting more and more of the things. And it doesn't take away from anybody. In fact, it gives to everybody. Because as you are uplifted, as you are feeling good, then you're going to influence more people, just like Michelle and Christy have influenced us and uplifted us, saying, my gosh, they have such a thriving and wonderful business, and they're just so cheerful and happy, and I want to be that way. Go ahead, you can be that way. My wife Sharon said to me 2 nights ago, God, I wish I would have, the life you have. And I said, you can. I created this life. It's not that I got lucky or anything else. And back to this lottery thing, do you know every week people make millions of dollars? They win millions of dollars. So it all depends on what you want to do. I got a great story about the lottery. This one lady, she asked for, she had a lot of children, was very poor, and she asked for, that she asked her source, she was laying there one night and she said, I'd like to have lots of money. Like, I'd like to win the lottery. And so that first thought about, I'd like to win the lottery, that she would just think about that. And every night she would think about that. And she came up with this $55 million of that she'd want to win $55 million, and she is going to win $55 million in the lottery. So she just loved that. So every night she would go to bed and she would think about winning $55 million in the lottery. And then she had the thought, because this is what happens. See, it's a stepping stone process. To go 1,000 miles, it's one step at a time. It's one thought at a time. And for you to get anywhere that you want, and you'll be inspired, you'll be given more inspiring thoughts. Wherever your thought is, reach for the next higher feeling thought, and you'll get it. And then she realized, well, I need to start looking once a week on how much the jackpot is going to be, because I'm not going to buy any lottery tickets until it's $55 million. So she every night does this. For 3 years she does this. Now, understand, if her belief were strong enough, she could do that in 3 seconds. Okay, but it all depends on your belief. But every night, and she just expected it. She believed it. She expected to win $55 million. Only, of course, when the jackpot said $55 million. Every night went to bed. 3 years later, wakes up one day, morning, she looks, oh, the jackpot's at $55 million. She goes down, buys one lottery ticket, and that way she won $55 million. And that can happen to anybody. It wasn't her luck, it was her focus and her belief. And it is done unto you as you believe. So not saying that you should go out and buy a lottery ticket, but saying that anything's possible for you, to include that. Expand your horizons on all the different places that money is going to come to you from. Out of expected, out of the blue, every different way that where your money is going to come. So let's look at any questions to this point. Any of you, any comments? Are you guys getting this? Does this sound like, you know, you're starting to understand? Oh yeah, a lot of my truths aren't my beliefs that I had, just aren't my own. Here's the last one I'll share with you on a belief that, and this is a tough one. I'm Christian, as you know, but if we were born in India, none of us would be Christian. And so it literally, we get our beliefs from what we're born into. And so we come from a Judeo-Christian society, if you will. And so just think about that. Wow, that's something. So where is the truth then? That, you know, I have all these outside influences and I just don't know. Where is the truth? We miss one place to receive infinite knowledge and the truth. And the truth lies within you. The kingdom is within you. And so all you need to do is ask. And ask yourself, what do I want? And I would strongly suggest that each one of you write that down. What do I want? And ask yourself that question every day. And you're going to start getting more and more clarity about the things that you want. You shall be answered. In fact, you are instantly answered on everything, and I'm going to show you how that is and how you can start instantly, right away, if you will, quickly, faster, manifest all the things that you desire. So you shall be answered and know the truth. So how to create what you want. And this is the 5 steps to all of creation. It's how you can create anything that you want. And so we're going to go, and again, I would suggest you write this down. It'll help internalize it for you and just understand, and this is how life works. The first part is ask, and just read the ask. We'll get into more of what asking is about. And the last part, step 5, is receiving. Okay? So the first step is to ask. And so in Christian terms, this was called prayer or thought, okay? And if you think on a subject for 1 minute, that you'll get at least 4 thoughts that are similar thoughts surrounding that thought. and you will start the energy to create whatever you want. The reason why I share with you do 15 minutes in the Joy Shot, because in 15 minutes, you'll create, so in 1 minute, you actually start the energy. That's why if you say something like, let's see, I can't get what I want, if you say that, okay? If you just say that one time, like, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to, you're not creating at all. You need to create with that emotion, with that desire in your asking, in your thought, and that takes a minute. So again, I'm sharing with you, this works. It works for everybody that does this. And so all you need to do is do it and start seeing it work. And that just knowing, don't be looking for your stuff. If you say, well, where's my stuff? Where is it? That's doubt and you're not going to get it. That it's all up to you based on what is your energy there. And so it starts with this thought. Now, what do you think about? Most of us think about, how am I going to get it? How am I going to get more business? How am I going to get ideal referral partners? How am I going to get more ideal clients? How am I going to fix this relationship? How am I going to be slim, trim, and fit? How am I going to, and we're saying how? And guess what? That's upstream. That's the struggle. None of your desires are upstream. And so you say, oh my God, I've been thinking God's job. This is God's work to do the how. Ask and you shall receive. Your asking and your thought and your prayer is to do two things. Think about what you want. I want to have a thriving business. And then why you want it. I love having a thriving business, showing that I can create my own empire, that I can create all the money that I desire, that I love helping all these people. It feels so good to be able to have this business where I have $2 million or $11 million. And sometimes you don't want to be too specific if you don't believe it. So that's why you get general and you say, oh, I love having a thriving business. That if you feel really comfortable, and like I think that Michelle and Christy are, and you say, I love having a $30 million business. And so when you said, I love that. And why do I love that? I just love helping all of these people. I love having all of this money come in, so I have more choices, so I have more variety, so I have more freedom. I was born to have more freedom. It feels so good to develop all of these different contacts and help all of these people. I love attracting ideal referral partners who I then help their friends and their neighbors and their relatives and their other family members and the people they work with, and maybe even their clients, that it just is so great to be able to help them because I'm the expert. All you have to do is believe you're an expert. It doesn't matter how much experience you've had in real estate. None of that matters. In fact, don't think about that because that'll keep you away. Well, I don't know enough. Or you know everything you need. All you need to know is what we're talking about here, and that get focused on what I want. And so I want ideal referral partners. I want this to be smooth and easy. That ideal clients, I want these referral partners to refer me into ideal clients, which is one of the things you want to share with your ideal referral partners. Who is your ideal client? Wow, I like people that are qualified, that have a good income, that probably have good credit, that and then you'd share those things with your referral partner. But then you'd say to yourself, and what I want with my ideal my ideal client is I want them to love me and me love them, and that they listen to what I suggest, and that we get along so well, and we uplift each other, and we become friends, and it's such fun, and that they make easy decisions. They do as I suggest, and they make the easy, quick decisions. They're motivated. They're motivated to sell. They're motivated to buy. I just love having listings. I love having buyers that just get immersed in that. And right now, I'm immersing you in building the energy of your ideal client. Like you're doing step one right now. And you didn't say one iota about how. Because I'm telling you, God will give you the thoughts. God will bring you the circumstances, the people, the event, everything that you want, you're going to be given to in the step one, as long as you do step one and stay out of God's business on doing, which is step three, the how, which we'll get to. Now, I think everybody's clear on that, okay? On step one is what and why. Now, some of the good news here, it's all really good news, but out of the 5 steps, you really only have to do 2 of the 5 steps, and this is one of them. Now, where does my asking get birthed from? That if I don't know what I don't want, I can't know what I do want. I'm telling you, if I had you on an island and gave you all the money and all the people and everything that you wanted, you'd be bored in 2 weeks and be calling me saying, I want to go home. that we love desires, and believe it or not, we love contrast. And contrast is what, and we spoke about this, especially in session 1, is contrast is what we used to call the bad things in our life. There is no bad. There's only good. There is only the wanted and the unwanted, or another word, the preferred or the not preferred. And so when you're going through life and you bump up against a buyer that spends a lot of your time and energy and you don't close any deals, you just say, oh, that's what I don't want. So in your thought, this contrast that you have, this perfect world of contrast, simply births ideas. That's what I don't want. Birth me ideas. Birth me rocket of desires on what do I want. And so by you, some of you not experiencing enough money, for example, probably all of you not experiencing enough money, that quit focusing on the not enough of it. There's 2 sides to every subject, the abundance of it and the lack of it. And that most of us have been thinking about the lack of it. We say, oh, I want more money. And we're saying it like, oh, because I don't have enough money. And that's how we're feeling. And that's the signal we're sending to our source. And that's what we get is more, not enough money. And so if you had a bad relationship, you don't hang your hat on and talk about the bad relationship, because I'm telling you, you'll just attract more bad relationships. Doesn't have anything to do with that other person. It has to do with you. And so as you change who you are and your vibration, you start thinking, what do I want? Wow, I want just a wonderful, and so, if you're single, you want a wonderful, loving marriage, or if you're currently married, you say, yeah, I'm going to just focus on what I want in this marriage, that I want a loving marriage, a happy marriage, a supporting, a trusting marriage, a deep and meaningful marriage and relationship, and where we just have fun and enjoy each other, and we have great sex together, and we just have a great time together. Everything is just great. Well, you start talking that way and thinking that way instead of thinking about the troubling thoughts that you don't like about what they did or what they said or whatever. You'll just get more of it. Just go into Dr. Hank's land, okay? Just start thinking about all the things that you do want. And so all of that contrast that came from that person or a relationship or whatever, and the things you didn't want, they birthed into, and they can birth into, and now you realize, wow, I have the power to look at anything that happens that I don't want and just call it that. I don't want it. What does this birth? And you'll see it increases this desire of asking and wanting, which increases your energy, which quickens to your number 5, receiving. And so it's what and why. And just get used to what and why. Don't be talking like, if you're talking about, I got to lose 10 pounds, stop that. If you say lose 10 pounds in your vibe, I got to lose 10 pounds, that first of all, that if you do lose 10 pounds, you'll lose the 10 pounds and then gain 12 more 2 months later, or, whatever, because that was the goal and you hit the goal. You don't want to lose 10 pounds. You want to be trim and fit and healthy and feeling good and have a long and healthy and prosperous and happy life. That's what you want. And see, as I'm talking to you, it's starting to hit your heart. I can feel it, that it's starting to hit you on, oh my gosh, this is just great. This is a wake-up call in some areas of my life. I've been asking for the wrong things. I've been asking for the lack of the things that I actually want. And I'm going to just focus on what I want and why I want it. Again, you'll birth enough energy in 1 minute, and typically 4 thoughts that flow, that you're creating enough energy to, it's on its way. So how is it on its way? And step 2 is you immediately create emotion, just like you felt some really good emotions there about, wow, I could have the relationships I want, I can have the business I want, I can have the health that I want, that feels good, that immediately your thoughts create something. So your creation, this is what a magnificent creator you are. Your thoughts are so powerful that immediately it creates something, and what it creates is emotion, your emotion. And so from your emotion, that starts this energy and the signal out to the universe, and this is then given to your source, and your source receives it and answers you immediately. The energy form of what you have asked for is waiting for you. And it's like the story of my story on a guy that passes away, and Peter sees him up in the pearly gates, meets him at the pearly gates, and this guy's showing him heaven. And again, this is all fairy tale, that heaven's right here, or hell is right here and right now. But shows him heaven and taking him into these different rooms. And then he goes to one room, and it's the guy's initials on the room, on the door. He goes, oh my God, this is my initials. And when they open it up, then he looks and, oh my God, everything I asked for is there. All that money is there, and the pretty house is there, and the good relationships, and the nice family relationships, and my good health, and everything is there. And why do you guys keep it up here? And they said, well, you didn't allow it in. We gave it to you. And so when you ask, your emotions send out that signal, and that's why ask and you shall receive. Why Christ said, ask and you shall receive, that you receive immediately. And so your source, and again, step number 2, you don't have to do, because automatically your thoughts create the emotion. The emotion sends the signal in the universe. And step number 3, the universe answers. This is like easy peasy. All you need to do so far is step number 1, and then step number 4, and that is to allow. You need to allow, if you want to receive it in physical form and in experiencing it in your life, that to allow it in. Now, there's a lot to do and a lot to discuss with allowing, and I work with people on allowing, because it's literally all there. It's a matter of allowing it. And when you believe it, when you have the belief for it, and when you expect it. So when you call for something and you ask for something, like I want a thriving business and I expect it, you'll get it. And most of us have been told, oh, you shouldn't expect it, and that's an ego, and you can't call the shots, and God does. No, this is how you co-create with God. God has asked you to ask, and then God answers with it, and then you need to allow. So steps 2, 3, and 4 weren't shared with you, if you will, before, and you didn't understand how it works, but this is how it works. And so to expect it, I expect, and again, you can't get too specific. If you say, I expect 3 ideal referral partners today, you're probably not vibrating very good, and you probably don't believe that. But if you say, hey, I expect to be given at least 1 or more ideal referral partners in the next week, I expect it to happen. It'll happen, my friend. It will happen. And so for you to allow it in by you believing it, by believing that you have the power to ask, that you are the conductor of the entire universe surrounds around you. You're the one that determines the island you go on today. The happy island or the grumpy island, the prosperous island or the poor and broke island, that you're the one that gets it. The only reason why you don't believe that before, why you didn't believe it, is because stuff happened to you. You didn't understand that this is how you can manage life. This is how you can have the life of your dreams. And it's this easy. Like, it's simple. And it all goes back to, since my emotions, if I just feel good, then I'll have all the things that I ever wanted. They'll all come flowing to me in perfect portions, in the perfect timing. But you have to have trust in God that God's going to deliver it to you in the perfect portions, in the perfect timing. And so then we go to step 5, and we manifest it. We experience it in our life. We receive it. And all we need to do is focus our thought on what and why, and just monitor our feelings to know that we're on the right track, thinking the way that our source thinks about it, and then to allow it in. Expect it to come to us. So 1 and 4 is all you need to do for all your dreams to come true. Any questions about that? Pretty incredible, huh? And notice that step 4, and this is all about belief, step 4 is your belief. You've actually done a lot of asking, not necessarily in the right frame, if you will, on the lack of it sometime, but God knows what you want, and God has already answered. Most of your work is in number 4 here, to start expecting your good to come to you, and it will. Start believing. Start having trust in the stream of abundance, the stream of well-being that flows to you every moment. You need a little evidence of that? Cut your finger. And who heals that? No doctor heals that. That's how powerful that you are. There's only well-being that you don't even have to control. You cut your fingers, man, I want that. That's going to be healed. It's going to be healed. Is this well-being that flows to us and through us all the time. It's that we have these beliefs that are resistant beliefs that, and we'll get more into that in our last on talking about emotional intelligence and our emotions. And I'm going to show you the scale of emotions on how to be at the allowing side of your thoughts and thus your emotions in order to allow it all in. You are an allower. You're not a problem solver. If you want to be a problem solver, you're just going to get more and more problems. You're going to solve them and kind of be unhappy. That you're a creator you're an allower of your good. And so now you recognize, I'm just going to start allowing it in. I'm not going to have these thoughts like, well, I don't know how that's going to happen. Forget that thought. That's not your business. God will give it to you. You just trust and have faith and know that and expect that this is going to be coming to you. Expect your business to start growing. I'm talking now to your heart, to your soul, to your mind, that you are hearing and feeling it through your body, and that your business is starting to take off. It's getting better and better. Your life is starting to take off because you've decided, man, if it's this easy, and it is, that I'm going to start allowing my good. God wants nothing more. The universe wants nothing more than for you to be joyous. You came here with the intention to have joy, and your joy comes from your desires sifting through this life, this perfect world of contrast, understanding what you don't want, birthing desires of what you do want, and then manifesting it. Because we're in this physical body, we think that this manifestation is about us doing stuff. And if we keep on doing, we end up getting do-do. And we go upstream, okay? What you want to do is you want to recognize, for me to experience in this body, I have this body to enjoy the things that I created through my thought. of the things that I wanted, and then I can enjoy it and experience it in this magnificent body of mine. And so that's where you place yourself now on, wow, it's not about doing all this stuff physically. It's about me. It's not about working hard. It's not about the struggle. These are all beliefs. I'm telling you that you were told that it would be tough out there. It wouldn't always be good. That, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The contrast is always good. It bursts the desires for what I want. It gives me more clarity. It's just awesome that the struggle is over. The only thing I need to do, no more work. It's just focus. And focus on what? My thought. And what do I do with my thought? What and why I want it, and then I'm going to expect it to come to me, and it will. Pretty cool, huh? So a little review of the path to your beliefs. You were taught by others' beliefs that they created. Okay, so they are all magnificent creators too. So you were taught by others' beliefs that they created, and you created this into your belief. So your beliefs create your reality. And so I create my reality through my beliefs, and my beliefs are just practice thought. And now I'm going to practice my thought about what and why. So I now practice thought of what I want to be, do, and have in my life. And as you do, you'll get it. You'll start seeing. You already started seeing your business is getting better. Your life's getting better. And if you haven't, you need to talk to me because you're not doing something on what I've asked you to do, and I'll help you. So I encourage you to contact me with either if you're still being challenged, or tell me about all the great things that are happening. I know for most of you that I've heard, from everybody I've heard from, amazing things are happening. Amazing things out of the blue. So you're starting to expect them. Just take this for blindly taken and just say, on blind faith, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to believe this and I'm going to try it. And I'm going to just try it for a few more weeks we have together, and I'm going to try it for a few more weeks, and I'm going to see what happens. Why not? You don't have anything to lose, so take the jump. And I guarantee you there will be a parachute when you jump off that cliff, and it'll be the most magnificent life that you've ever dreamed of. In fact, more so, because right now your source is baking you a cake greater than what you've even asked for. Because your source is, you ask, your cup overflowing. So you're going to get more. So start anticipating, I'm going to get even more than what I imagined, than what I have desired, than what I have asked for. That's how grand this is. So that's pretty much it on beliefs. That it's all you need to know. And so, you've had years, all of your life, you've had a whole lifetime of thinking a little bit differently than the way that I just shared with you on how life works. And so just be very easy with yourself, and excited, and get that energy flowing about how wonderful things are. And so we're going to talk now about ideal referral partnerships. And again, before class started, I talked to some of you, and some of you are going to have that talk, or some of you, are struggling a little about where is this ideal referral partnership. So let's start first. And how can I attract another ideal referral partner? Because your success assignment is going to be to meet with at least one new referral partner this week, and I want to hear back from you on how that meeting went, and that I want to hear back from you on how good that meeting went, because you pre-paved it that way. So how do I attract a more ideal referral partners? So number one is back to Joy Shop. How you think, what I want. So I want to attract, and I would write this down, I want to attract ideal referral partners and partnerships. And then write down your definition of who an ideal referral partner is. You have to be clear. See, God can't give you, if you don't ask for it, God can't give it to you. Okay, you're the one, you start the whole stream of creation, and with your asking. And so if you're not clear, God's not clear. Okay, so you want to be clear. So your ideal referral partners, and so the definition, and we've discussed a little about this definition, but who is an ideal referral partner? Ideal referral partners are people that are well connected, that know me, that love me, that know that I'm a wonderful real estate agent, that believe in me, that they love helping me, that they give me regularly referrals into my ideal clients. And I just love that they do that. And I meet with them every couple of weeks, and we talk about the different people that I can help that they know, and their families and their friends, and they understand how they benefit. That I understand that I benefit because I am able to serve other people and sell more homes. That they understand that they benefit because they're able to help their friends and their family and the people they work with and everybody that they know. And I know that every person can become an ideal referral partner for me because every person knows at least 150 people, and that I will attract to me, that I know that the good Lord is going to give me all the ideal referral partners that I desire. And these just wonderful ideal referral partners that give me referrals regularly to my ideal clients. And I'm clear about who my ideal clients are. My ideal clients are motivated. They have good high incomes. In fact, they love buying luxury homes for $300,000 and more. That they have good credit. That they have money down. That they're easy to work with. That they make quick decisions. They love listening to me, and I just love and hearing what I have to say, and they do as I say. And I just love attracting all of these wonderful ideal clients, all of these ideal referral partners. And if you do that, and what I just did there, that just created the energy for you in order to have it. So you just know, as long as you don't have any conflicting thoughts from this moment on about where am I going to find somebody, which puts doubt into it, okay, that just allow Source and have faith that Source has already answered you, and just allow now ideal referral partnerships in. So then let's think a little bit more on, again, you don't want to get into the how, that's not your thing, but who are, these people? So you want to activate that whole thinking of, who is well connected? And who do I know that is well connected? Ask yourself, who's well connected? Who do I know that's well connected? Who likes me? Who's a previous client that really just rocks, and we had such a great time together? That who does my hair? Who do I write a check to every month that is someone, maybe a local insurance agent or homeowners association? Maybe I could talk to them, or, my children's teachers. I'm telling you, they're right under your nose. And the more that you focus on what you want, that I want to attract this ideal client, these ideal referral partners, that they're just going to come out of the blue. I've already heard stories from you guys since week one on how you just attracted, they came out of the blue. I mean, who would have thought that this would happen? It's so easy, and all of this is easy. It's all easy, as long as you just focus. Like if you think, man, when I get off the phone, I'm going to make 15 calls, and I really don't want to, don't. That I don't want you to make 50 calls. It's not about doing all that do, okay? That it's about thinking what you want, and the universe will bring it all to you. And so that'll help you. And so right now, I want you to write down one person that is an ideal referral partner that you believe could be an ideal referral partner for you. Who's well connected? Who do you know? Who does your hair? Who's your dentist? Who's out in the public eye that, you could place your information, your business cards, whatever, your information out on their desk or in their window, or, what is it? Who is it? Because it's all about personal introductions. And so, so hopefully that has helped you now as far as us talking about an ideal referral partner on how to attract them in the Joy Shop, get clear on who they are, and then, I provided you the energy there, Flo, for you to start thinking, oh yeah, who do I know? And did anybody write down a name? Did you come up with a name in this? You can type it to me or say it. I think I have all you guys. Good. Michelle got, one that, you get one. And Michelle actually in the beginning said, yeah, I'm not sure on who I should go to, and so I'll attract one. And here you go. You just expect it. I'll attract somebody and then I'll call them. And so number one reason why we don't get referrals is because we don't ask. The reason we don't ask is we think we only benefit. And I just put you through the process on how everybody benefits. That, in fact, your referral partner benefits more than you. You're going to get the money. They're going to get the satisfaction of helping their friends. Think how good they're going to feel. Money makes us feel good, but to be able to help other people probably make them feel even better. They're going to benefit more because, remember, we're all doing this for the feeling. And how can we get the good feeling out of everything? And when you get a bucket full of money, I'm telling you, after the bucket full of money, that, the next desire will be birthed for you. And so why are you doing it? You're doing it to feel good. Okay, and that makes you feel secure, gives you more variety, all kinds of wonderful things. So you want lots of buckets of money. You want to win the lottery a couple of different times. You want to give Dr. Hank 10% of all your winnings. And so it's all fun. It's all just fun. It's just enjoy yourself, lighten up, and know that those ideal referral partners are coming. So we've already now identified at least a referral partner that is that you're going to contact. And so I would call them and say, hey, I was thinking about you, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to help me. And they'll say, sure, how can I help you? Well, I'd like to meet with you, and I'd like to talk to you about that. And they go, sure. And if they need more information, you can tell them more information, kind of what we're going to go through in the meeting once you meet with them. But it's important to meet face-to-face with them. This is a very formal referral partnership program where you will meet face-to-face with them and then hold them accountable in a very nice way. But in step number 5, you can see on the screen, is hold them accountable. And that is, hey, you'll be able to call them and give me a personal introduction by Friday. And they say yes, and you call them Friday. Then you say, hey, in 2 weeks I'll stop by and see if, how many other people, not if you have any people, how many other people that you came into contact that are interested in buying or selling a home, and where I can help them and I can help you build a better relationship with them. And you can also do this, $50 gift legally, and it's just the thoughtfulness. Send them a card then, a little thank you card. Thank you so much for meeting with me. Or before you meet with them, say, thanks, I'm really looking forward to doing it. If you do a handwritten card with a stamp on it, nobody does that anymore these days. They throw an email to you or whatever, and then just think about, wow, how impactful that's going to be. So that's how to attract. Now, and then how to get that first appointment by calling them, asking for help. Then when you meet them, and so I know, like, for example, Christy has 3 referral partners she's going to meet with in this next week. And so how does that conversation go? And again, I would recommend you start out with, practice it with a friend and just, practice it with each other, whatever. And you have each other's emails. I would suggest you guys talk about all this information and see how it's going for you, and inspire and motivate and uplift each other. And so, really get into it. In fact, we can have a little club together if you want, with all of us in it, and that I'm always available to help you. So, so how am I going to, have this first meeting? And this is how basically it goes. Hey, Mary, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for meeting with me. I really appreciate it. That, I asked for your help and you were willing to help me. So that I certainly am grateful for. And they say, oh, yeah, no problem. How can I help you with? Well, I want to help at least 3 families, and again, you can change it up any way you want to with the numbers or whatever, but I want to help at least 3 families each month to buy or sell their home. And as you know, that this is my passion. This is what I do, and I just love helping people. And I was wondering if because you're so connected, and Mary, you know more people, and you're the principal of the high school, and you know all those students, all those teachers, and all the parents, and that I was wondering, is there some way that we could either market me in some way? In fact, my company, Ultima Real Estate, has a company's schools and churches program where we give 20% off real estate commissions. We give $450 off closing costs with a preferred vendor of ours that is a mortgage company. We give 10% off moving costs and 10% off insurance. So we have this wonderful, wonderful program that will literally save your teachers thousands of dollars, or the parents, of the children, save them thousands of dollars when they buy or they sell their real estate. So would you be willing to have me come into the school and talk to you about this? And then just on a side note here, that we actually have that program. That program's available, and if you want more detail, it's called Companies, Schools, and Churches, and it's just phenomenal. We've had some people that are looking at making over $1 million on it, and they only get like a quarter of the commission because they're having other people do the work. They're not even doing any of the work. So some incredible opportunities, big volume that you can have with companies. But back to the conversation. So you share your goal and you say, yeah, and so I'd like to have personal introductions of people that your family members, your friends, your teachers, the children's parents, that any of those people that that are interested in buying or selling a home, that I'd love to be able to help them. And so can you think of anybody that I'm mainly looking for, well-qualified clients, that people that are friendly and get along well with you, and that you really like, and that they, you figure they earn a good income and probably have good credit, and so any of those people that that come to mind. And so the more detail, so on the side now, the more detail you can give them about who you're looking for, the more it'll help them. So I'm using, in this case, the parents, the teachers, that if they're working in a business, which virtually every person is, that the people you work with your family, that do you know anybody in your family? What about your friends? Any of your friends? So try to get as defined as possible on their world, what their world is, and the people that they can introduce you to. So you've shared your goal now. You've shared your ideal client, and then they say to you, yeah, I remember last week talking to Bill, and Bill said that he was interested, and so here's Bill's name and telephone number. And you say, listen, I appreciate that, and I will take Bill's name and telephone number, but would you do me another favor? And they go, sure, what? And you say, would you please provide me a personal introduction to them? And they go, oh, sure. That, will you be seeing them in the next couple of days? Will they be stopping in? No, they won't, she says. She says, whatever. She says, no, they won't. So then you say, oh, okay, well, would you mind calling them and giving me a personal introduction, letting me know, see if they're still interested in buying or selling a home, letting them know I'd like to help them, and that if they are, that let them know that I'll be giving them a call. And then, she says, okay, great. I'll do that. I'll give Bill a call. And you go, okay, great. Thank you so much. And when can I call you back? And so this is the accountability. When can I call you back to see how that, if they're interested, and if I can, go ahead and call them? And so at that point, they'll say, hey, on Friday, and then you write down, Friday, 2 o'clock or whatever, to call them. And this is holding them in a subtle way, holding them accountable to make sure. So when you call them, then you want to make sure that in calling them, that they understand you remind them, oh, did you call Bill? And she goes, oh no, I forgot. Then you go, okay, hey, could you call them? And then I'll call you on Monday, but could you call them right now? And so you hold that accountability with them. And then the final thing in that meeting is you say, I'd love to meet with you every couple of weeks to stop by, see on any other people that you've ran across. And I'm going to guarantee you that there are some ideal referral partners out there that want nothing more than to help you with this. They just love it. They love helping other people. You put other people in a position to help people. The first person is you. They love helping other people, and they love helping you. And then they love helping all the people in their sphere of influence that they have. And then by meeting with them every 2 weeks, it just reminds them about you, that you're there, you're still interested, you're real, you're motivated, you're enthused, you want to help their people, and they'll get the message, and you'll see that basically you'll be able to make easily a six-figure income and work 4 hours a day by just with referral partnerships. And so your marketing days can be pretty much over. And, if you have some things that are working, great. But it is all about referral partnerships and this importance of personal introductions. And what is why have a personal introduction? That they trust you then. When you call that person, because Bill trusts Mary, that they already trust you, and they say, hey, here's how I need your help, and you can start working with them. So that's the ideal referral partnerships. And again, identify a referral partner, meet with them, and secure referrals. You'll start seeing that there are people that just love nothing more than to help you. I have one guy that Tim Autry is a realtor of ours, and he attracted this what's his name? Big Bad Bill, something like that. This guy's a character. And Tim finally came to him and he said, man, I wish this guy would quit calling me. He's giving me referrals all the time. And Tim now makes more money than he ever has in his life and has more business. In fact, in January, he had over $1 million worth of business. And he was doing nothing. He was cutting grass mainly because his real estate business wasn't anything. And coaching with me one-on-one within 6 weeks, he had 2 sales. And now last month he had over $1 million worth of sales. So I know that this works, and my coaching one-on-one works, and I'd love to coach with you guys if you have an interest in that as well. So your success steps. Listen to Success Unit 3. Believe in your success at least 6 times. And so that's coming your way. I'm going to be sending that to you. Complete the action steps page, and I'll be sending that to you. Meet with at least one ideal referral partner this week. Listen to this recording until you believe it. So there's been a lot of information that I've given you, and a very easy process. And as you slowly just be gentle with yourself and change your beliefs, just ease up on your current beliefs and look at what beliefs are no longer serving me, and just let those go. And then work on or focus on more on what beliefs do serve me, like your belief in yourself, your belief in God, the belief in knowing you can have it the way you want it. And as you have those new beliefs and start birthing those new beliefs, that your life is going to take off like a rocket. And the heavens are going to part, and like bullet trains from heaven are going to be coming to you. Make sure, of course, that you do your Joy Shop every morning, and then contact me with any help that you want, and whatever you want, ask and you shall receive. So that's it for now. We meet next week, same time. And any questions or comments before we leave? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And you guys rock, and have a great day, and expect the best. Love you. Bye-bye.